And now the the coal. Fuck! Why can't I pronounce this? Hello, everyone. Good morning, good evening, whatever you may be. My name is Undub, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. I'm going to start today's news roundup with an early Christmas gift. The winking cat has struck again, this time having directly sent the missing Joker's deck founding card to the Wallglass Investigative Agency with a bit of a message. 1, 2, 3, 16th to 30th, 4, 5, 6, 23rd to 6th. These all correspond with locations where gifts have been left by the Eponius thief. And now I'm not going to do all the legwork for you and spell it out, but there have been some people that have pointed the way, and they are not necessarily the canon in a stellar research group this time. And everything can be worked out using various Galnet articles and a knowledge of the history of the particular parties named and shamed in poetic prose. Moving on. The Thargoids have been repulsed by Salvation's deployment of super weapons. It is estimated the weapons destroyed a full quarter of the Thargoids in the theater of combat, and the vast majority of the remainder fled the systems, very similar to how the Thargoids reacted in the Cornsar system. Now, the Coalsack, Pleiades, and California Nebulas aren't necessarily out of the woods yet, as the Donner's Oak, Oracle, Obsidian Orbital, and Reed's Rest stations all require extensive repair and ongoing rescue operations. And hopefully this does not agitate the Thargoids into attacking once more, though Salvation has stated in a press release that he intends to deal a decisive blow against the Thargoids in 3308, possibly quarter 1. That said, Dr. Ramtar did receive enough samples of the experimental equipment to do an analysis of the device, but unfortunately he did not receive enough to do sustained testing, so that means no long-term studies into their influence over the fabric of space-time. However, that does not seem to be deterring some from wholeheartedly embracing Salvation's cause, as there have been continued defections from the Alliance, Empire, and Federal navies directly into Salvation's employ. Still no clarification as to whether the Musashi is considered having gone rogue or not. And while the superpowers have acknowledged that they are losing men and possibly ships to Salvation's efforts against the Thargoids, and there are rumblings that they may possibly start supporting his efforts officially, if only to staunch the bleed out of military assets. Moving on once again, in a move that shocked no one, Theta 7 ended negotiations with a bang and detonated the explosives that he had squirreled away aboard the Sacrosanct. Unfortunately, this took his life as well as the lives of all those aboard the ship. The ACT believes that Theta 7 is for sure 100% dead and will never haunt the galaxy again. Allegedly, the main threat of the NMLA is no more with his death and the Neo-Malinist Liberation Army having been evicted from the Steel Majesty, though the ACT will continue to hunt down any remaining cells for the foreseeable future. So this could turn into a Imperial Dawn situation, who knows. Anyway, on the subject of the Steel Majesty, that had been successfully taken into custody by the Epsilon Phonasis Empire Group after the NLA defeat in Madrid. However, the Malinus Consulate was able to negotiate for its transfer to Malinus space, and is now registered with the Free Malinus of Carane in the HIP 22550 system. Additionally, it was rechristened, probably, once they finished patching the bullet holes from the ACT Commando raid and removing any unfriendly ordnance left behind by the previous tenants. It is now called the Fairfax Vision. It's not quite what I was suggesting with the wholesale scrapping of the vessel, but I mean, it might break whatever curse is on the ship. On paper, the shape is registered with the Free Malinus of Kane, but will effectively be a multi-flagged vessel, as it is primarily going to be operated by the Malinus Consulate as a diplomatic craft to represent the entire coalition of the Malinus colonies. And that is the news, mostly because I'm not even going to attempt to recite the poem the Winking Cat posted to GNN's front page yesterday morning. That is all for today. Thank you all for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and click that little bell for notifications, and to join me in my eternal crusade against YouTube and its tilting algorithms. Now, before I bail out, just a reminder, my vacation starts today, and I will be down and out until the first week of 3308. And once again, I hope to see all of you in the next video.